Hello again, this is my model railway news update. Let's start off with Dapol, who shared actual production sample photos of their soon-to-be delivered Class 59, not to be confused with the Class 66, which has a bunch of model options already in the market from many other manufacturers. The 59 was very similar, but an older loco and often seen as a higher quality Class 66. But is this model better quality than 66 models? Well, it certainly looks really good in these photos and it's an impressive machine. I believe only 15 of these Class 59 were ever made, so it's a bit niche, and offering it in model form does mean something a bit different from everyone's got one Class 66. These have been passed by the Dapol team and production has now been completed, with the first batch en route from China already. They're expected to arrive just before Christmas, with models shipping out from retailers early in the new year. Prices start at an RRP of £185.89 for DC, rising to £340.85, again with the Dapol crazy prices, for the top of the range DCC sound and smoke fitted version. An interesting development on this one though, and I'll read out from the press release, it says, due to a weak sales environment and disappointing pre-sales, Kurnow Model Centre has decided to not have this one as an exclusive model, and Dapol will now offer this model as a general release. That's quite interesting and perhaps indicative of a wider issue that might affect the model railway world. Let's see what happens. Some good news though is that Dapol managed to raise an impressive £11,025.50 from the sale of the VE and VJ special edition wagons that I reported on in a previous news video. And here you can see a cheque being handed over to a representative from the Royal British Legion, and the money will go towards supporting our servicemen and women as well as their families. So a very well done to Dapol and all those who bought the models to help make this happen. Something a bit different here, which might be ideal over the festive season, is this board game called Snowdonia. Naylor Games Limited's ambitious Snowdonia Grand Tour Plus Special Edition has steamrollered its funding goal on GameFound, achieving over 400% funding with more than £150,000 pledged from hundreds of backers just weeks after launch. The game invites players to become railroad tycoons, conquering 11 global scenarios from the rugged peaks of Mount Snowdon to exotic lines like the Bluebell Railway and Malta Railway. The December 3rd deadline is now very close, and with the funding goal already smashed, the project definitely is on track to be a big success. So if you're interested in taking a break from running trains and want to play a cool, interesting and fun board game for a change, check out the GameFund website. Robo Models in Poland have released a new version of the EN57-920, now in Lower Silesia livery as run from Wrocław Główny. Not only is it a new livery though, but the EN57 set has been upgraded with a new sound system on DCC versions. On DC and DCC versions, the model has upgraded headlight designs, and the lighting throughout the model has been upgraded as well. It's been launched on the 3rd of December with a discount price of 2,000 zloty, so that's around about £300 for the 3-car DC set, or 2,000 zloty, and that's around about £415 for DCC sound-fitted sets. All are 3-car units. There's more EN57 news in a moment, but let's move on to Rapido UK. They have announced that they have resolved the technical issues affecting their newly tooled Bagnall steam locomotives in 00 gauge. There has been ongoing delays with this model, but it seems now that with the issues resolved and production complete, things are moving again and they should be in the shops now. In other Rapido news, we saw some US ATC S160 painted production samples. 4 decorated versions were shown: the Wartime Grey US ATC number 2145, the Preserved Black number 6046, the Longmoor Military Railway lined blue number 700, which is my favourite colour scheme out of these, and the Rails of Sheffield exclusive model, which is liveried as War Department 701. The samples were completed just in time for display at the National Festival of Railway Modelling, and they feature extensive separate detailed parts, a die-cast metal boiler core with injection moulded plastic cladding, and a heavy metal chassis for improved traction. DCC sound-fitted versions will include authentic North American chime whistle recordings. A demonstration video using earlier samples has been released by Rapido onto YouTube, which you can check out, but bear in mind I think this sound file has since been superseded. Rapido intend to do the final approval checks over the coming weeks, and once signed off, full production will proceed. Delivery now scheduled for the first quarter of 2026 hopefully. A limited number of pre-orders remain available directly from the Rapido Trains UK website, so be quick if you want to get one of these. The Evolution Coaches project continues to rumble on with more livery sample photos covering the Great Central Railway and Great Western Railway version that we've managed to have a look at, and both liveries are fitted with the stylish Celestery roofs. These samples were shown off to the public at the NEC show and received positive feedback from those lucky enough to have seen them. These are going quickly to pre-orders and it's not hard to see why. They look really great, so if you want some, you'll need to act quickly. I think all the GWR ones are already pre-sold from batch 1 though. We were also shown some LMS iron ore hopper painted production sample photos, another 00 gauge wagon from the Rapido range. They follow what we've come to expect from Rapido's teeny tiny wagons, with fantastic details and well applied liveries. Of note is the riveted vertical braces, corner braces at the top of the hopper, and underframe details, which are particular highlights. The sad news is that they are all already sold out at Rapido UK from the first batch, so you'll need to check with retailers if they have any left to pre-order. Delivery is due Q1 2026. Another tiny wagon is the LBSC 4-wheel and 6-wheel brake vans, here at the engineering prototype stage. Being sold exclusively through Rails of Sheffield, these models feature subtle details including the separately fitted handrails, handbrake and chimney. The interior detail is the icing on the cake though, because it includes the stove and guard desk. They are undergoing a review by the design team and are due to move to the next stage of their development shortly. I'll update here on this channel when we hear more. At the 3D model printed stage is the LNER C12 442 tank engine. This is another Model U creation. Still a long way to go before this is production ready, but the 3D model certainly brings to life the project and shows the stylish lines this loco has. It's a well proportioned and attractive locomotive, and it'll be great to watch this project come to market. Piko updated their range for December with these new releases. Some of them I've already talked about on this channel, and there's something here for HO, TT and N-scale modelers. But what's this? We already talked about the EN57 from Robo earlier on in this news update, and here Pico's releasing an EN57 as well, also in the white and yellow colour scheme. This model represents a unit as operated out of Gdansk rather than Wrocław, but really this is the same as the Robo model, and we say we have a duplication problem in the UK model railway scene. The Piko DC version comes in at an RRP of €439 or around £385 for DC, so £85 more than the Robo one. Is it worth the extra money? I'd love to do a side-by-side review, so we'll see. One other release from Piko was this, their van with brand. This is the exclusive special edition wagon for Model Railway Day 2025 that commemorates the first German railway line between Fürth and Nuremberg. The press release says, and I quote, "This unique, limited edition impresses with high-quality details and a historically inspired design featuring the famous Adler locomotive, ideal for collectors and model railway enthusiasts seeking a special piece of railway heritage."
Well, that's definitely shite.
Yeah, it's this age-old, really crude wagon that Piko roll out with all sorts of stuff printed on the side of it. It's pretty rough and definitely needs retiring, and they are asking €40 for this.
Naughty, naughty!
Scale Model Scenery have updated their low-relief 1930s factory in 00 scale. As a cardboard kit, I've actually made this one, and it builds up to be a nice structure. But they have gone one step further by making this now in MDF wood, which is stronger and easier to build. Plus the details have improved too. It's fully weathered and comes now with glazed, easy to install, layered laser cut windows. And it's priced at just £29.99 RRP, which is a great low price for this impressive building. Anyway, that's the video folks, thanks for watching. I'm sure there'll be more coming soon, so subscribe to keep yourself up to date, and I'll see you on the next one.
So model trains, model worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny worlds, choo choo.